Okay, in St. Kitts and Frigate Bay, I want to go over a couple of things with you here that a lot of people need to know when they're actually setting up and doing decision making on getting a property in St. Kitts. These are some things that you need to be looking at. If you'll notice, a lot of these houses here, this is, like I say, Frigate Bay. This is the main road, one of the main roads going into Frigate Bay towards Half Moon Bay. You'll notice a lot of the houses here are, you can see all the ocean off in the distance. What will happen is people will try to look for good deals because this is usually where you'll find it, is in places that don't have good views because it's harder to sell your property. Now, if you go back up here, you can see here up on the hilltop, the further you get back on the hilltop here, these houses, when they're selling, it's easier actually to sell those because people want the real pretty views. You can see way up on the hilltop these other houses. This is what you want to be looking for. Now, that being said, one thing, there's a big disadvantages, like I mentioned to you before, on big houses you're getting in St. Kitts. I think if you're not going to be living in St. Kitts all the time, which a lot of expats don't, I would be picking either in a planned unit development that's like gated or semi-gated, where they've got strict rules and stuff on noise factors, or with houses and things like this, villas, or stick with condominium developments that are gated or have good security, because what happens is you control the noise factor. The noise factor can be pretty bad sometimes with dogs. You don't have the problem with roosters and stuff like that in Frigate Bay, but these are some things you need to think about, because when people buy, they come down here and start looking at your house and there's dogs barking all over the place. They're going to start thinking, gee whiz, when I resell that house, you know, that's going to be harder to sell even if I can take the noise. And what you'll find out is a lot of people can't take the noise, and it drives them nuts. And they don't think about this. And I have a lot of people that joke to me about dogs barking and stuff like this, but when you start buying and you come down and you get down next door to someone, or even 2 doors down, and you got a dog that just barks all night long, you need to be looking at that. But it's funny how people don't look at stuff like that before they buy a house. They look at the house itself. They don't think about the surroundings and stuff like this. That you need to be doing that, folks, because you're looking at, in fact, this street right here, when I go down, usually dogs start barking. And I don't know how the neighbors deal with it, if they just get used to it or what, but this is something that you really need to take in consideration. But whenever you get houses, you're always going to have these walls and you're going to have dogs. And if you get into the apartment type condos, they're gated, or either they have rules. Usually the homeowners associations has rules on dogs barking and stuff like this. You can control that. Otherwise it will literally drive you nuts. And you really have to think about this when you're buying. So I'm going to walk up here too, where I can show you some of these hilltop homes. Now see, we're still pretty close to sea level right here. The ocean is back over this way, right behind the Marriott over there. And you know, like I said, when these houses go on the market, they're a lot harder to sell than the ones that are up on these hilltops. They have incredible views, because that's the first thing that people look at is the views they're going to end up seeing when they get the house. So this is something that you really want to pay attention to. Now, some of the developments where you can get some of the best deals, if you're trying to look for citizenship, or some of the older units. The problem is a lot of those have already been used for citizenship if they were bought before January the 1st, 2012. If they were bought before that date, you cannot resell them for citizenship unless they come under this new home program. But then the home program, it has to be titled property. It's got to be at least $400,000 on the structure itself, appraised-wise. And it's got to, and that's outside the lot itself. So in other words, the actual structure has to be appraised for at least $400,000 to qualify for that new home type qualification that would qualify you to use that property for citizenship. So these are some things that you need to think about. A lot of people just don't take this in consideration when they're looking for a property. Now, you can see some of these way up on the hilltop there. These have incredible views. I mean, the ocean, the Caribbean, the Southeast Peninsula. These are the type properties. Pay a little bit more, folks, when you do this if you're going to get them. But like I say, you need to look at your surrounding if you get these type homes, because people get these darn guard dogs, and you don't have this in the planned unit developments. And the planned unit, I'm talking about either houses, apartments, where they have homeowners guidelines. You can hear the dogs right there. That's what you're going to have to deal with. So these are some things when you look at buying houses. But I have people kid me all the time about barking dogs. They say, well, Tom, you don't like barking dogs? Well, not when I'm trying to sleep, okay? Now, maybe you've got a dog and you can sleep through it, okay? But a lot of people don't want that. And, you know, it's can be quite annoying if they're doing this all night long. I mean, it's like having a rooster in your yard. So you need to look at that, because the laws, remember, when you come down here, the laws are different. You can call the police. The police will come out and try to do something about it, but it's an aggravation that you don't have to deal with. Anyway, folks, if you want to learn more on this, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com. Hit the top bar that says apply with us. Fill out the questions. Hit that bottom bar that says send it to us. We deal with over 100 citizenship by investment, residency by investment countries all over the world. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You'll get new videos like this automatically as they come out. And also would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, put it below, and I look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.